Won't be the first time we
Are you?
started. People joined late, so
It's Echo away. Are you streaming? Did you want me to give you a heads up?
I just hit the button when you said we should start.
Cool. All right. So, last game, I'll catch up, and Ken, I'll catch you up too. You you guys found your way into a uh like started making your way through this narrow pass in the Coomer Mountains, trying to find your way to this land called the Misty Vale, which um, had rumors of vast riches and arcane secrets that had been kind of hidden away for many years. Um, there were rumors of the orcs had started to leave these lands, and the mist that had kind of shrouded these lands had started to dissipate. And it's been 10 years now since that has started, and um, the group of you were um, had known each other, some of you more than others, but collectively you guys had known each other as you've been traveling. And there was a an old lady that was at the inn that you guys kind of met at before you disembarked on this journey, and she told you this castle, this ruined fortress that is through the pass on the way to the Misty Vale, called the Castle of the Robber Knight. And you she told you of the kind of a story about how this knight plagued this pass, and he would basically like rob and pillage folks that traveled through here. But eventually the orcs had marched on his castle and attacked him and burned his castle to the ground. But you know, all these other travelers that have come here have never returned. So um, you guys thought it'd be a great idea to come. And you made your way up to the entrance of this castle, and um, avoided triggering a trap and avoiding a pitfall. Inside the uh, courtyard area was a large, ancient tree that um, basically like had overtaken most of the courtyard. But inside a small room off of the courtyard, when you guys went in to investigate that, you heard some noises coming from a cupboard in the corner, and you were surprised to meet a goblin, who looked to be sleeping off um, something. And he told you this tale of uh, the orcs had come to the castle, and there was plenty of riches, but the orcs would need to be taken care of. And he told you he could take you where the orcs were hiding. He led you out into the courtyard, but you were ambushed by these goblins that were hiding up in the tree. Um, with with a little bit of battle, you guys were able to um, pretty much take care of that group of goblins that attacked you. And that is where the session ended last time. So bring you guys in to the map. Ken, if you need to adjust the audio on anything, the volume controls, just click the music thing on the right, and you can tweak the audio there. Speaking of kin, you see an old elf that finally caught up with you guys. He was asleep in the back of the wagon, I think, when you guys first got here, and he's made his way to the castle door. You see him, kin. So you should see your character there. He across through these kind of large charred doors in front of you. There's a hole in the ground you can see, and there's a wooden plank that's going across the hole. All right. So on the I installed this mod. I want to try it out and see how it works. Let's do this. It should make the these corpses should make them lootable. Let's try. That one in front of you, Lorenzo, should be lootable now.
Are these little dots like your guys' cursor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so most of them were carrying some kind of crude leather armor, some crude weapons like short bow and like a little short sword, but I think those should be interactable now.
You mean we can click on?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you double click on the guy, you can then click take to take
Now,
the common.
encumbrance is a thing in this system, so bear that in mind. As you add things, you'll see your encumbrance rate in your inventory page. So you just keep that in mind as you loot. It's, you will run into issues if you just grab everything, but
yeah,
there are some items there.
Yeah, I got the leather. I got a 1 on armor now. Let's go.
How does I'm assuming armor is probably going to have sizes, like small, medium, large, or is it kind of vague?
It's vague. Yeah, I mean it's crude. Like, I wouldn't probably penalize you for using it, but it would be, like, you don't want to just like be wearing it like rolling into like an inn or something that it probably stinks really bad. Like, there's
trying to be respectable. This is not the stuff to be wearing, but for the sake of staying alive through the rest of this location,
leather is better than nothing, I say. I don't care if it stinks.
Same. I'll stink a little bit. I'm grumpy anyway. I have to go back. Hold on, let me get this stuff again. I'm old, I'm reckless, and I'm a limp.
You're limp, huh?
I'm limp. So, I'm hobbling around right now.
Is a scimitar here? Is anybody in need of a weapon?
I got a short sword, I'm good. This is a pretty cool little interface, though.
Yeah, they did a good job with this system in Foundry. So as you guys are, perusing the corpses of goblins here in the courtyard, there's a, you hear the ravens cawing. There's a large, in the corner here of the courtyard is this tower that it's kind of just like, you can see now, like, some of it's crumbled and stuff, but you still see like ravens that kind of land and circle from the perch up there. They'll kind of fly over, land in the tree a bit.
Has our resident merchant picked up that silver tray yet?
The French dwarf.
Wizard, are you here?
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
Just making sure you didn't forget that silver tray.
I thought I took the silver tray.
I don't remember if you picked it up last. I know you said you were going to. I don't know if you actually did pick it up the last time or not. So.
Okay, I completely don't remember if I picked up the silver tray, but I'm totally taking that silver tray and the fucked up fork. I'm taking that too.
Most of that I think was still in the room that you guys where the dwarf was at. So yeah, you can grab. There was some some tarnished silver stuff in here. Yeah, we can say you grab like a couple of the tarnished silver.
I'll just put tarnished silver trinkets.
Yeah, perfect. There's I should also say there's really basically like right where you're standing. You see this. Actually, no, it's like on the north wall. You see this huge kind of painting portrait of a like the stern man, and his eyes are like kind of just like this evil looking gray eyes. He's got like this kind of creepy grin on his face, and as you're like grabbing the stuff, it's kind of giving you an uneasy feeling, this portrait like kind of staring at you, giving you this kind of evil wicked grin. He's got like this full suit of armor on, and this like huge great helm that's got like horns on it and stuff.
I take the portrait.
It's large, very very large.
Oh, never mind.
Is this
Cart's not that far away.
Is this the portrait of the robber knight?
You could assume so. Yeah, you could assume so. Yeah.
I feel like encumbrance isn't working, by the way. But I'm not sure.
What?
Encumbrance?
Mine looks to be. Remember, equipped stuff doesn't add.
Yeah, you can't
Okay.
equip. You can't equip like all those weapons. You can only have 3.
I know, but like my encumbrance said 4.75. Then I picked up 2 short bows, 2 short swords, which says both weigh 1. But my
Yeah, 'cause you
encumbrance
equipped
still
them.
says 4.75.
Because you equipped them. You gotta click
Oh,
the check box. Yeah.
automatically
Yeah.
equips them.
Some stuff
Yes.
automatically equips.
Okay, I
Yeah.
see.
That's interesting that it lets you do more than. If you're only allowed to equip 3 weapons, it still let him do more than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Alright.
quick question for the inventory. If
Yeah.
I just hit the stash on some of these items, I can say they're in the cart.
Once we get back to the cart was stashed halfway up the hill here.
Ah, gotcha.
I don't think I have. Oh, so yeah, you can put a check mark. I haven't quite decided how I'm going to utilize that yet. That's a mod that somebody made.
Oh, the stash.
Yeah.
I
I'm
was thinking about it as just being in the cart. Like, oh, it's in the cart.
That's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. I think I'm going to have you guys. What I think I'll have you do is just because you all have access to it, you can drag that to the cart character sheet.
Okay.
I thought about like keeping an item on like in your inventory, but I'm like, no, then you're gonna get confused of like, do you actually have 2? Like, just so if you're gonna put it in the cart, you'll just drag it and put it in the cart. Yeah.
Don't touch my donkey though.
I'm
So
gonna
that
pet
button
your
is for
donkey.
the keister stash.
The keister
Right.
stash.
Max encumbrance of the cart is 5. That doesn't seem right.
No, it's 50.
50, yeah. Should be 50. So Ken and Khyzer, you guys are kind of standing up there by that tower. Yeah.
Before
You,
you go,
Yeah, go
I'm
on.
behind Khyzer, but I'll probably run in front of him here in a minute because I'm
I
reckless.
wanted to get rid of my disheartened and scared. So can I do it like was it short rest? Get rid of those.
So yeah, there's let me pull up the rules so I can make sure I tell you correctly here. Healing and resting. So you've got the combat's over, so you can't do a round rest. That you can only do that in combat, I believe. Oh no, you can. It says you could do it. It doesn't say it's only in combat, but you can only do it once per shift. You can do a round rest, which is a recover a d6 of willpower only. A stretch rest is a short rest that lasts for 15 minutes, or a stretch, as this game calls it. During a stretch rest, you can heal a d6 hit points or 2d6 if someone is tending to you and helping you try to, bandage up your wounds, but they have to make a healing roll. And they can't do a stretch rest at the same time. You can also recover a d6 willpower and heal a condition of your choice.
And that's a stretch rest?
So, that's a stretch rest.
Yeah, it's kind of the short rest equivalent. I did see that just for wording, it says you can recover, not that we need it right now, but you can recover an additional condition if you use your memento. Does memento have a check mark to it, or does it get destroyed? Why wouldn't you just potentially use that every single time? It seems abusable.
It pretty much is, but it has to make sense.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think most people can make it make sense.
I have a bone whistle.
Yeah. I mean, it's just...
You don't want to know what bone that is.
Ah!
Yeah. I mean, but you're right. It is very abusable. I mean, you can just say, whatever. But I think it's designed to, kind of just get you thinking about your character's backstory and what those items mean.
Yeah, I just think it seemed like if there was a check mark on it, you could use that once per day. Would kind of just mechanically that sounds more
That's
viable.
True, yeah. Then you got the shift rest, which is basically your D&D equivalent to a long rest, which is a shift rest is 8 hours of time, or 6, I think, is what a shift is. 6 to 8 roughly. And you can only do it in a safe location, and you basically just recover everything.
How are you, Ray? This is our D&D type game.
You could potentially do a round rest to recover willpower, or you can do a stretch rest now, which would heal your willpower, one condition, and willpower, d6 willpower.
Which one? The stretch?
Stretch, yep.
Yeah. Okay. I asked the group if we want to tend to our rooms for a little rest.
I'm good for a stretch rest.
Fine with me.
That works.
Okay.
Okay.
I looked at Ken and.
So this would be a situation. Yeah, I was going to say this would be just mechanically. You were going with the right direction there, Khyzer. Ken, because you technically weren't in combat, so you're free to. I mean, I don't even know if you have any healing ability points, but
I don't.
That would be a.
Can I still roll for it?
No. I mean, Ken, because Ken's basically fresh, right? So you could potentially just be like, here, let me try to tend to your wounds to anybody. Okay. But I think you were kind of going for that, right, Khyzer?
I was gonna say, Ken, why don't you look at Wizardhood and I'll look at Lorenzo.
Okay, so I used a stretch rest, and that heals one of the. What are they called? The
conditions.
Conditions.
Alright, so I'm gonna do my stretch rest.
I can roll for healing on Wizardhood.
Oh, I hit it. I did pretty good. I'm at full, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like it is.
Okay.
I rolled
so
well,
you can
apparently.
do it. You can do you can do it on
Lorenzo.
on one of the other two, Khyzer or Lorenzo.
So I would... Okay.
Yeah, I'm full. I get to remove one condition.
I was very angry at that goblin.
So I just click healing, and then on somebody?
Yeah.
I would target him first, so hold your mouse over Lorenzo and hit the letter T. I think that's target. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, and then you just hit the skill, the healing skill, and it should pop up. So you succeed. So Lorenzo, you can.
I was wondering if it was going to give me an option to hit a second, like add a die to it, but
Does it give you anything in the dialogue to add an additional one or no?
no.
Okay.
So we just have to,
like a.
yeah, that's why I waited till he did the healing just to see if like something would trigger, like when I hit the rest, would it give me like a pop up? Do you want? Are you using one die or two? It
Yeah.
does not.
Okay.
So it's just a manual. Roll d6 on the second.
That'd be 10 into you youngsters.
Okay.
There
I
you
helped with that, and then I went towards the tower.
Okay. So you guys are spending a few minutes here. You've noticed the sky's gotten a bit darker. You kind of look up a little bit, and seems like it's not getting. I mean, it's I think it was still roughly midday-ish, but the sky is getting a little bit darker. You can't, just from being inside the keep, you can't see the horizons very well because of the walls. But it looks like potentially maybe like storm or dark clouds potentially might be blocking some of the sun because it seems like it's getting a bit like a little bit overcast or something.
So we should get
but
inside.
As you're standing by this tower, Khyzer, you you hear a well, let me kind of describe the tower, I guess, real quick for you. So what once might have been a mighty stone tower is now just a hollow shell. You see the floors above have collapsed down and the roof's gone. All that remains are fallen stones, mossy stone walls, and a stone staircase that winds its way down, partly covered with rubble and debris. But as you're kind of standing there, you hear this kind of grunting sound that's coming from kind of like down below your field of vision, like where the stairs are kind of leading down.
Okay. Was that just me who heard it, or everybody? So I'll let everybody know that I heard it.
Yeah, you pointed out, and it's kind of quiet, and the rest of you kind of hear it slightly as well now that he mentions it.
What do you say, boys? Should we investigate?
Yeah, sure, of course. We got you first.
Of course.
You don't, I will.
Maybe I won't knock on the door this time.
So as you step up on top of the, inside the tower here, you see the staircase that winds down. It's almost completely blocked. The rubble is almost completely blocking the stairs down, but you can get through it if you kind of get down on your hands and knees and kind of crouch.
Was there a staircase up? Is that like the rubble that's over this? Is there an overhead ledge I need to be looking for? Is somebody dropping something on my head here?
So you glance up, and you see a like what would have been probably where near the top of where the tower used to be, where there's still some rubble and stuff, like wall, but you can see a like a nest up on top there, and you see birds kind of landing in there, and some will take off.
Okay, so like robin size, hawk size, or like giant eagle?
Ravens. Ravens. Yeah.
Like how big
giant
is this bird?
rock.
All right, and then as far as the rubble goes, I'm a pretty strong dude. How significant is this if I decided I wanted to try to clear a little bit bigger path?
Give me a athletics check and we'll see. You try to move a boulder.
Trying to find my
Is
way
there
around the sheet again.
Is there athletics? Or was
I
that
think so.
yesterday? There's acrobatics?
was yesterday.
Strength.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right. So that'll be
Is there just like straight skill checks? Can I just like roll a strength?
now give me a
You can, but
Because I don't know that anything else really makes sense other than just a pure strength check.
give me crafting roll.
Unless I want slight. Okay, craft. Okay.
Yeah, because this is crafting kind of entails like, because you don't want to like, it's more like architectural, right? You're trying to move this, but like also not remove anything that's supporting rubble from like fucking crumbling down on you guys.
Up and down, I just want to like clear a path further into the staircase if possible.
Right.
I mean, if some stuff rolls down the stairs, I'm not that worried about that, but I definitely don't want the tower falling on us. So.
Hey, Darq.
Hello.
it'll.
Yes, you're able to clear a bit of the stones out from the entryway for the stairs leading down, and Darq just catch you up. The party decided to see what these goblins had, take any items that seemed useful at all. Mostly folks grabbed like the crude leather and short swords and short bows they had, but if you want to loot on any of those, you can just go up to the token of the fallen goblins and you should be able to click on them and take any items you want. Just keep an eye on your encumbrance values.
And if you need to heal, do a shred rest. Yeah.
Yeah. If you've got, I think you're only
Spend
low
some
on
willpower.
willpower.
Yeah.
So you could do what is it?
Shift rest too.
You could do a shift rest or a round rest.
Round rest
round
is
rest.
recovers willpower. Yeah.
Yeah. So either one of those, because the party took about 15 minutes, so they did a shift rest. And now they're investigating this tower in the northeast corner here that they heard some kind of like grunting sounds coming from down below this crumbled tower.
Nice.
Nice roll.
And then considering we rested for a shift, time frame wise, he should be reset on the round rest too, right?
Yeah.
I would assume that should be how that would work.
Is it a shift or yeah?
We saw the green
So
die.
round
so
is
the
what,
round
like the
far
10
left.
is a combat round, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't really specify it can only be used in combat that I saw. So
Well, it's grayed out, so you can only have a round rest once per shift.
okay, so it's a full shift, not a.
So I was just saying, because we did a shift rest, like theoretically at the same time, so it's a shift time frame would have passed.
Yep.
Oh, well, shift rest. Let me click that. Rest one shift and heal all HP willpower.
So we did a stretch rest, not a shift.
Stretch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So obviously, yeah, the stretch and shift is.
Right.
Gotta get
Very
those down.
Terminology. Okay,
Alright,
so I'll do a stretch rest then as well.
Try to
Okay.
lose
Well,
your.
Get rid of the condition.
'Cause
Yeah.
you-
Oh yeah, I still have the condition though. I guess I should.
Did you have
I
two?
am-
I think you only had the one, so you get to remove one condition. Yep. So you can. Take
and the
that
condition of your choice. Okay.
Yeah.
It would automatically, in case you have more than one, so you get to pick the one.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Now I'm not seeing tokens on the map for the loot. Is that under one of like the? I don't see anything under actors right now. Should I still
you
see
see
stuff
these?
on the? I do not see anything on the map.
He's not on the map.
Oh, how about now?
Okay, there. Okay.
Hey, there's somebody.
I had you hidden.
Okay. Not sure when I was gonna show up. Yeah, that's fair. So you're saying I can click on them and see loot on them, or?
You should.
Move close to
I
him.
think you have to be within touch. Yeah, 5 feet. Yeah.
And that one's empty.
Oh, well, let me try.
That's the only one I can confirm is empty.
Okay, I'm not getting anything on this one near me either.
We can
That-
either
that
confirm
one's
or
empty.
deny that we are loot whores and we took everything.
This one back here has some stuff on. Does the little dialogue thing pop up for you, like the little
I
window
don't-
when you double click it?
Nothing. Double click. Okay, double click. I was clicking. So
Yeah.
Click. Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. Yeah, double click should open it.
Just keep in mind about encumbrances is a thing.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so Lorenzo, you start making your way through the rubble. So now Lorenzo moved enough of the rubble that you guys don't have to really get on your hands and knees. You can kind of,
Even if it's not comfy, it's escapable.
yeah, you can just kind of. Lorenzo had to kind of duck a little bit, but yeah. So you start making your way down the stairs here, Lorenzo. You get probably maybe halfway down. Your eyes are sort of trying to adjust. It's kind of dark down here, and you can make out as the stairs kind of wind around, leading down further. You can make out like at the bottom you see like looks like some like dark water down there, and right near the bottom where the stairs are, you see like a large thing just kind of shift and move a little bit, and it grunts and it shifts and moves a little bit again, and your eyes are starting to adjust more to the light level here, and you feel like that kind of tightness in your chest, that nervousness, like you see this thing moving, it's making noise, your eyes are adjusting, and then it starts to be a little bit more clear what this is, and the noise it makes confirms it, but this is a pig.
Bacon!
Okay.
Um,
Not like warthog pig, just pig.
no, just a pig. And
Okay.
it actually starts making its way up the stairs towards you, just like non-threateningly, just casually just walking up to you.
Very domesticated pig, even.
I'll kind of stand to the wall side and see if it just passes me like it's trying to get outside.
It comes up to you, kind of sniffs you.
Scoot on past.
Can I make a like a hunting? I don't want to kill it, but I want to try to maybe take my rope and I
Are you
kind
gonna
of
lasso the thing?
Well, yeah, I want to maybe tie it next to our. I can't remember how far apart it is, but maybe we need them for later for food. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean you can easily try to put a rope around him, yeah, if you want.
How many days of food do we all have? Do we start with?
Is it on your roll? If I remember right, field rations I think was a roll in the starting equipment, unless you purchased more.
I think so. I think it was a.
So you kept going down, Lorenzo?
Yep.
Okay.
And if it's getting like significantly dark, I'll light my torch.
There's enough light and your eyes are adjusting. You shouldn't have to adjust that. towards the bottom, you can see where the pig had kind of made like a little nest type thing at the bottom of the stairs, because there's a little bit of like mud there, and then the dark water, and you see it just kind of the water just kind of gets deeper the further around from the stairs from where you're standing, and you're looking into the water, and light that's still left above kind of focuses down onto the spot on the water, and something shimmers. You see something shimmering at the in the bottom of this pool of dark water.
Somebody passed me down a stick.
Dick.
Changed my mind on the pig. I'll just let him go. It looks like he has a home here already.
This is not a stick. This is a goblin beater.
It looks pretty deep. I mean, it looks like it would be farther than like, it's probably like 4 meters down.
Okay, the shimmery stuff is pretty far down. Gotcha. Does the shimmery
You
stuff
have
appear to be moving? Like, are we looking at like fish, alligator, or is this something that appears to be still?
Oh God.
Something that is still and something that is reflecting the sunlight. That is coming down and hitting it now.
Well, there's something in the water down here. Does anybody feel like taking a dip?
Oh, fat dwarves don't swim.
We sink. We walk
Well-
along the bottom.
To be fair, this armor I just upgraded could use a wash.
Yes,
I'll
you
let-
go for a dip
gotta
in
walk.
latrine water. Enjoy yourself.
I'll scoff and start taking off my leather to go for a swim,
Okay.
and then I will tie a rope around myself and hand it off to Lorenzo.
I gotcha.
Okay. All right. So you get the rope tied around your waist, and you're down to your your underclothes. Touch the water. It's cool to the touch, but it has like this kind of I don't know, like stagnant smell. Been undisturbed probably for a while, and but yeah, it's nothing. Nothing happens as you touch the water. But so if you want to continue in, just give me a swimming roll and see how well you do swimming down.
Then swimming. There it is. Oh boy. I was hoping it was like bushcraft or something, or honey. Okay, that's
I can
great.
just hand you a heavy rock. You get down there fast.
That's no longer swimming. That's sinking.
It's got rope tied to him. He sinks and I pull him back up. We're good.
Okay.
I'm not.
You you swim down a little bit, but you feel like maybe you just didn't take a big enough breath, so you turn around and come back up. Your cough just didn't
Yeah.
didn't prepare your didn't realize how deep it was.
Sure you don't want that rock?
Any better swimmers than me?
Dwarves don't swim.
You do sink.
Very well.
Yeah, I'll take the rock then.
Okay, cool. So we'll say with the rock, you're able to you jump in and you just let the stone just kind of carry you to the bottom real quickly, and when you're down there, you feel. Oh, do you open your eyes? I guess to see if you can see, or you just kind of
Yeah.
go by feel.
And did the water was just regular murky water?
It was actually surprisingly pretty clear.
I mean, if I'm seeing a light and the sparkle down there, I feel like I could open my eyes.
If it's 4 meters deep and you're seeing light at the bottom, it's
Yeah.
not dangerous.
Yeah. So you open your eyes and your eyeballs burst. No, I'm just kidding. You open your eyes and you see this looks like a helm with like large horns on it, and then next to it you see like a well, let's see what you find. You see some silver coins, 5 of them to be exact, and an amulet that appears to be made of gold, laying next to the helmet.
Okay. I will. I'd like to pick up the amulet or the helmet, and grab the amulet and the gold silver coins and put them in the helmet, holding it upside down, and then using that to kind of carry him up. Drop the rock.
Okay. Drop the rock and tap on it, and Lorenzo pulls you up. Okay. So you come out of the water, and and in your hand is this helmet. But one thing you didn't notice as you grab this helmet, that now that you're above the water and you can see inside the helmet was also a skull. This skull that is decayed over the years, and it's got like this like creepy grin on it of bone, teeth missing, and but this helm looks very familiar to you, Wizard, because you just saw it in a painting.
I have seen this helmet before. It's of the horny man in the other room.
The skull is Providence. We should keep it all.
You're not putting that in my cart. It smells like latrine water.
Is there anybody here who can discern whether there's any energies emanating from the amulet or the helmet?
What role would that be, Ice?
Myths and legends.
That's what
Probably
I was thinking.
myths and legends, maybe. Yeah.
I mean, I can look at it if you'd like me to.
Or I can look at that as well.
I could try, but my roll is crap.
Yeah, I mean, Red Fang and Ken, you both can.
Pretty familiar with that.
No. We can rock, paper, scissors. Steve goes first. Nice guy. Alright.
So we can do this. You can, both of you decide which one of you is going to try to aid the other one. I think. Let me look up. I think the way that works is one of you that's aiding does a roll to succeed. If you succeed, then the other person gets it at advantage. Pretty sure
I
that's
will
how that
aid
works.
you, Red.
Another question I guess I should ask is, should we just say, hey, my skill is at whatever level, or is that kind of like getting too much into metagaming?
I don't care if you want to do that. I mean, I kind of expect, like, there's certain times where I'll call on you guys to make a roll for stuff, and I'll do that because I'll look at your stats and be like, this person is probably the most likely to see it. So like if it's if Jesus Christ,
There's situations
if
where
it's
only
like,
one person's going to make sense to do it. There's other times where, like, if we're in a group thinking about
Right.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
While they're focused on the skull, I kind of want to just like peek around here a little bit more. I'm actually going to go ahead and light my torch anyway, and then I guess I'll do a spot hidden. It's just to kind of
Okay.
just see if there's anything else going on down here while they're, so that we're not getting like blindsided while they're assessing.
Okay.
And fail miserably.
Okay, so
Okay.
Ken, you're assisting.
Do I roll first? Or
Yeah,
no,
you roll
go.
first.
Oh, here you roll.
Huh?
No.
No, that was
Yeah.
the spot hit and roll.
All right, here we go.
And then if he succeeds, I roll at advantage, is it?
There you go.
So I roll
Yeah.
just a boon, is that? One extra boon?
Correct. I think that's how that works. I'll have to look at that again.
Yeah, we succeeded.
Right, so you succeeded. So you don't see. Okay, so what you can kind of discern by that is, and just from the information that Wizard was talking about, like this is likely the head of the Robber Knight. It doesn't really have, like, you don't sense any magic or anything from it, but it has like this like I mean, when you're holding it, it feels like super cold to the touch. Like you get like an uneasy feeling as you're holding this helm. You know, this it definitely feels evil. You know, there's an evil, like I said, it's not magical. It's just you're holding this and it's
not
got,
quite a
like,
cursed. It's just a
Yeah.
feeling, or
Yeah, you just don't have you have this uneasy feeling holding this. But as you're looking at it, the helmet, it's functional. I mean, even though it's been in the water, it's a little rusty, but it's functional. It can function as a helmet that could be worn if you want to be creepy and wear a horned helmet from a dead guy from,
I say
from
put
laying in
it
the
on.
water.
What's the worst that can happen?
Okay, and then Lorenzo, yeah, you lit your torch up for a bit and peered around this the bottom down here, and there's nothing else down here that you can see.
so if we found the fabled robber knight's head possibly here, where's the rest of him?
Higate it.
Wind down here at the bottom of this tower. Seems an unlikely place for him to meet his end.
Well, the tower is
Yep.
the tower is collapsed, correct? Didn't you say that it was rubble and it was falling? So it's like a Highlander situation where the stairs just kind of stop halfway up because it's all open.
Yeah, I mean, it does look like. So
there's
from
no
where your
rooms up.
vantage point is, correct. There's, there, like you could, like I said, there was like that bird's nest that was up there. Like if you wanted to get up there, you could potentially climb, because there's like spots where there are still kind of like little rocky landings, but most of it's fallen down, but you could still kind of climb up and jump up on this platform here and then kind of climb across some vines. and
Fat
get on
dwarves
another
don't climb. We don't climb, we don't swim. We fall and we nap.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
Let's
if
try
you
to
wanted to
climb
go up, yeah, you could potentially climb up to where those ravens are. Yeah.
If the head's down here, who knows what else up there? It might be worth at least peeking in the nest.
I'm about to say ravens are pretty smart birds, so they might have picked up something and brought it up to their nest.
Probably something shiny.
I guess.
Shiny. There was more than just the helmet that came
Yeah,
up.
I'm gonna sit over here so when you fall off the wall, I don't get hit.
I guess
there was
this
an amulet too that came up. Would we notice anything
Yeah,
about
there's-
that distinct, or just the helmet that was really of notice?
Yeah, the amulet just appears to be, nothing special either. It just looks like a golden amulet that.
Common trinket.
If you want, I will hold on to it for the cart for later purposes.
Later purposes. All right, Lorenzo, did you say you were gonna climb?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can spot a path that you could potentially use to climb to the top there. This would be probably.
At a glance, acrobatics.
Yeah. Sure. Oof. Okay.
And this is why I moved out of the way.
That's right, like, I had this issue the last time we played in here. Like all of my dice, like the physical die on screen is slightly canted. I was like, is that a 20 or is that a 2?
Yeah, you're rolling for the wrong game. You're rolling for D&D. This is not D&D.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, in D&D,
Lorenzo,
that would have been a 2. That's why it was a canted die. The game makes me lose either way.
So you climb about maybe halfway up, and you kind of jump across to this from one little broken rocky section to another, and when you land, it gives way. So you're gonna fall, but there's also like stone coming down. So I am gonna roll. You're all kind of still kind of roughly in the tower area here. I'm gonna roll a d4. So I'll go clockwise. So Red Fang, Khyzer, Wizard, Ken. So let's see. Okay, so Red Fang. This boulder comes tumbling down. Give me an I guess either an evade, probably an evade or an acrobatics, whatever you want to use to get out of the way. You want to push that?
How big is the boulder?
He said, how big is the boulder?
The boulder looks to be about the size of a D6 in damage.
Right.
About the size of what we helped someone sink a few seconds with.
Right.
Yeah.
That sounds like a pretty terrifying boulder. I think I am going to push that.
Okay.
I'm an old man. I can't handle a whole lot here. Where did the?
It should be on the chat card.
I scroll down.
So you can pick the condition you want and then just push it.
Yeah. Scared again.
There you go.
Oh God.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm extra scared now. In my
Alright,
panic,
so-
I ran into the wall or something.
Yeah, he turned right into the wall.
So you this
4.
there you go.
I'm guessing that is 4 damage. Yeah.
Yeah. Why did it do that? Did I hit? Must have
You
hit
hit
one of
something.
the macros. Yeah. Ignore. Yeah, that didn't feel too good.
That was the
Probably,
delusion he was having, so.
Yeah, and Lorenzo, you can you're free falling. You can you can try to make an acrobatics to try to like grab onto something to avoid the fall damage.
If you'd let me roll something different, I'd have had 2 chances to up skills at the end of the game instead of just
Holy
acrobatics doubled.
Shit. Holy
That's true.
shit.
That is true.
I'd say that was a sleight of hand check.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so you only take 2 damage. Okay. Yeah, so the way up now is much more difficult, as it's missing a section of rock to jump across.
Is there a crossbeam we could potentially throw a rope over and hoist instead?
Sure.
So I'm willing to try to hoist somebody up. I think I may probably have the strongest strength here.
Let's see, who is probably the lightest?
Old Stumpy over there by the door.
Seriously, doubt that, my good man.
I mean, it's probably me. I mean, I'm pretty slim, I'm tall, but I'm slim and light as a feather. Probably should have been me climbing those rocks.
And I am just as round as I am tall.
Solid. I thought that wouldn't be a problem, and you know, dragons are dragons.
Yeah.
All right, do we roll anything to get the rope over, or is that not too much of a problem?
No, you roll it over. Khyzer, just give me a, I guess would be an acrobatics, I guess.
With a boon from being hoisted?
I can
Yeah,
click
sure.
boon for
Okay,
rope.
so just kind of like pulling them up.
Yeah.
I looked at the assist thing. It doesn't actually say that the person helping has to roll necessarily. At least the wording just says like if someone is helping and it makes sense, then they can.
Yeah, I could.
That's a roleplay
I get-
issue.
I get the a lot of these
This
Freely
system
games
seems
are
very
similar.
story-centric. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
If what you're doing makes sense, then they kind of want you to benefit from it. It seems like.
GM's discretion, yeah.
Yep.
Khyzer, with the help of Lorenzo, you reach basically the right near the pinnacle of the tower here, and you can kind of peek up over the edge of the tower. You see a nest currently, and currently no ravens in there. There's some kind of flying around. You see now from your vantage point, you can see that there are like these storm clouds like brewing just outside of your, for the rest of you's vision. It looks like it's coming, like a storm's coming or something. But in the you can now kind of see inside the raven's nest, and you see a golden bracelet sitting in the raven's nest.
I will take it.
Was worth 6 hit points, but you know.
Check to see if there's any wonderful eggs to make a delicious omelet.
So are there any eggs in there?
And currently there are no eggs.
All right,
Actually,
I'll
that
throw the.
treasure table list was long. Did we get all of that?
The what?
Yeah. There's a bunch of items that popped up in the chat log.
Coins, gold ring. There's a rat he has to evade or take damage. Silver coins.
Results
Oh.
on the
another
treasure
rat.
table.
Oh wait a second. Oh, there. What the hell?
Yeah, there's like five or six
I didn't even
items
notice that.
actually
I
popped
just
up.
went to the last item.
I just saw
Right.
that rat rolled for evade, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I saw
Wait,
the
hold on.
spam of items, and I don't know if that was intentional or not. Is that you bumping macros again?
So that
The table works.
that might have been on the. Let me look at the table.
Well, it popped up after we did like the evade rolls for the boulder and the damage and all that stuff, so that's pretty recent.
Yeah.
That's just a second.
Yeah.
Did you click on the gold ring?
Because it could be. It could have been treasure.
Or gold bracelet, I mean.
It was after the acrobatics check to get up top, though.
Right. Yeah.
Coins, ring, and if you look at the timestamp on it, they're all going up the same 1 minute 34 seconds ago.
Right. It was all like a big.
Yeah, so it's
Treasure
like
pile
a
roll.
bulk. Yeah.
Did you roll for like a chest so it assumed there's like X number of items in it?
Yeah, maybe a cascading thing.
I
if
was
you hit a
looking,
certain number,
yeah.
Auto pulls like 5 or 6 items.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me look through the table here.
You weren't kidding about
Hey.
those ravens collecting things.
Yeah.
You brought
Let
the
me,
rat up for dinner and didn't eat them.
So I'm gonna I just want to click it again. Just I want to. Well, actually, I don't want to do that because I think it's.
It automatically dumps things into people's inventory for that, or
Let me do this. Reset treasure cards.
oh, the helmet too. Did that go into somebody's inventory? Does somebody need to record that? I think I probably still have it from investigating it, huh?
I hope all you guys are putting these items down on your sheets.
Actually, yeah, if I scroll back up again and look at the other treasure roll that you did, we saw the silver coins and gold amulet, but there was also a silver bracelet, and silver coins, and a bottle of healing, and a silver brooch. Like, it seems like it's like multi-rolling.
Draws 2 from the treasure table. Draws 2 from the treasure. Draws 2 from the treasure. Oh yeah, I didn't.
So something funky's going on.
I think it might have been these. I think it might be these macros. Let me click this thing. I want to see. Cards. Treasure.
So to those who ask us, yeah, when he rolls the treasure and I'm the one picking him up, I drag him over to my inventory.
Okay, good, because those are important.
Except for the helmet.
As-
'cause, yeah, so Ken's
And
or Darq, whatever.
I'm guessing one person should do it because I imagine we can all drag those items, and if we're all doing it, it's probably multiplying treasure out of thin air.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm going to assume the person who's dragging it over is the person who found it.
Right. Just so we keeping track of items and not duplicating item duping already.
I mean, how would you know that I came up out of the water with silver in my pocket?
Right.
Okay. I'm going to use a different macro going forward, but I'm just to keep it consistent. Just the bottom of those. So, in essence, this is like a starter kind of. This particular thing is a starter module, and it's designed to give you ideas, like as players, like. You guys went and explored down below. You found treasure. You climbed to the top. You found treasure. Like that is very a consistent thing in this system that I've seen. And there's some cool stuff you can find in the treasures.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So
There's also rats we can find in things.
Exactly.
We're gonna have our
Trap.
smaller people like reconsidering. I don't want to open that. You open it.
What about eggs? I'm
Exactly.
hungry.
So as far as what was found in the nest, is there just one of those items, and if so, which one? Or do you want to re-roll what was found in the nest, or
Just the
I'm just
bottom
going to stick with the gold. Yeah, the gold bracelet.
just the bracelet? Okay.
Which, to be honest, is like you think, oh, a gold bracelet, and in this system, that's worth a fuck ton of money. And
Right.
Yeah, 2d6 times 10 gold. Gold.
yeah,
Times
Gold.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
you guys, yeah, and that's like, I mean, looking at your characters now, you probably have like a couple silver.
Maybe.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. Gold. None of us can afford it.
Okay. Cool. So I'll come back down slowly.
Okay.
With the bracelet and just show everybody, then put it in my pocket. Or whatever.
I think you should let me hold that.
We'll put it on a cart and sell it together.
Okay.
Which I guess you're good at, aren't you?
Uh-huh.
All right.
I'm also good at making omelets, but someone couldn't find any eggs.
Omelets do sound good right about now.
All right. I don't think there's anything else in this area.
So I have a sense magic trick that I can cast.
Oh yeah.
Things
there
like
you go.
that. Would I feel? I guess without that, I guess I wouldn't sense any sort of like a magic enchanting aura around items.
That sounds
That
like
makes
the
sense.
old
Yeah.
mighty detect magic at will.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good
Guess so.
call. Yeah.
But
That,
like,
I will say, like, because that's a trick. That's a magic trick, right?
it does spend willpower to cast that, so I'm
Oh, it does.
not
Okay.
going to be just casting it. It's not like a
got you.
cantrip, but it's.
Was it
it's
like one
definitely-
willpower or something?
Yeah, that's what it says. Tricks are always 1 willpower to cast.
It's still not bad.
Right.
Yeah.
And I can do like the quick rest, whatever, to get that back without much risk. But
System sounds very like high risk and high reward at the same time. Like it's
It is very.
a lot
Yeah.
of treasures and corners, but low hit points. So it's
low hit points. Me with 7 here. But I'm guessing none of my skills would give me any sort of indication that I should look at like the bracelet or something more closer to see. I would
Potentially, yeah.
identify
Yeah, I think like
something
myths
that,
and
or-
legends. Yeah, I think like myths and legends would kind of fit that role where you look at something, you're like, like there
seems like a deeper meaning or something to this.
Yeah. I remember reading this tale one time about this guy that had, like maybe this could potentially be it, something like that.
Right, like if we're looking through like this historical, would I be like, I should be comparing just about anything we look at? It seems a bit excessive versus like, oh, this seems unique, or like you said, the helmet had sort of like a unique, distinct sort of appearance or to it. Would be something I would expect. Oh, I should look at that and see if there's any magic or element or something to it. But like just with a common bracelet, probably seems more common, not something I would look at
I'm
too
very
closely.
surprised
Yeah, it
there
looks-
isn't a type of appraisal skill in this game. Like Myth and Legends works the
That
most.
probably
It
falls
seems
under bartering, maybe, as far
Bartering, yeah.
because my
sort of-
bartering is
I would-
you know
Of course, yours gonna be pretty high for that.
I would say you could look at an item and you could like you're gonna be able to know like that's a like you
That's-
see that
That's a
bracelet
common
and you're
piece
like,
of
I can-
jewelry versus there's a
yeah, and I can sell
unique
that for a
setting.
lot.
yeah.
2d6 gold.
Times 10. Yeah. Cool. All right.
I'm just trying to evaluate when I should push for. I should use this skill for something like that versus it's just common trinket.
Cool. You guys step back out into the courtyard now, and
Down the hatch.
The clouds are now pretty much over the castle. It's getting dark. You hear, the wind's picking up a bit, and there's a little bit of like a little bit of thunder you hear in the background.
Get
Yeah,
on the cart.
So you're next to this large
Undercover.
tree in the courtyard. You feel who's got the helmet again?
I think I had it from looking at it.
Okay. You feel like an uneasy feeling. You're thinking about this helmet that you have. It's not like I said, it's not emanating anything, but you just get this uneasy feeling. But you kind of look back from, like, you get this uneasy feeling. You look around over your shoulder. You're kind of looking around the courtyard, and you see around like all of you now. You see this like swirl of like air, whips up the dust and the dirt, just kind of swirls around you, and you see kind of just appearing out through the cloud of dust now, like kind of like these ghostly looking spirits that appear to be wearing like old chainmail. They have like similar style armor to what you saw the man in the portrait had on, wizard. And you hear this like kind of ghastly, like unliving voice, like, and they kind of reach out towards you guys. I need everyone to make a will roll.
Oh boy.
Whoops. Why is it rolling?
How do
Ice, you might just need to restart your shit, man.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
I don't.
how do you do a suit? Nice.
Click on will on willpower to open up
Okay,
a box.
on the stat name. I was clicking on the number. I'm already scared. This isn't gonna go well. Oh wow, I succeeded.
So, I get scared, right?
Oh yeah.
I get behind Khyzer
See.
and I say, "Lean meat is better for you."
Or you don't get to move your token. Get back there. Not unless he says so.
Okay, so those of you that failed, give yourself the shaken, scared condition as you, as these spirit beings kind of reach out towards you, and as they kind of pass through some of you, they kind of dissipate, and the wind kind of dies down around you.
I totally
Red
pushed.
Fang,
I totally pushed the roll and selected scared. So either way,
Didn't you do a stretch rest, Red, or get any heals?
Yeah, he
That
got hit
was-
by that boulder.
That was the boulder, remember?
That was how much? 2 damage?
It
I
was
took
4.
Oh, he took 4 from the boulder.
Yeah.
Okay, what about the scared that you have?
I desperately tried to get out of the way of that boulder and was scared by it, and
Oh,
still
the
got
boulder
hit by
scared
it.
you too? Sorry. I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
texting work shit at the same time.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, it's all good.
Alright. Okay.
Would I be able to roll myths and legends to get a better understanding of what's going on?
You could roll. Yeah, you can give me a Myths and Legends roll, to see what you can discern from.
Yeah, we should be playing D&D tonight. Jesus.
Right,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
rolls we've been doing.
I gotta choose a condition.
So you don't know specifically, but you're able to discern enough that, as the storm's rolling in, something. This place doesn't have a good reputation as it is.
how is that?
Like, whatever's happening here is not a good.
I'm not even touching nothing.
You can probably expect more of what you're seeing, essentially.
Should
It
we-
says
Lorenzo
like
failed
look
too.
to fail, it says push the roll. Do I push it?
You don't have to. If you want to push it to learn more, you can. But yeah, you don't have to.
But you'd have to take one of the bad things with it.
Yeah,
It's cool little scared shit going around Lorenzo right now.
Yeah, I picked frightened because I couldn't find scared. So I assume.
If you click,
Oh,
it's
it's-
under the
it's-
stat on the main stat.
Yeah,
page.
it's a condition.
there's- At the very top.
That's what I wonder. What? What am I missing?
Underneath
on
willpower's
What
number,
status
the
effects?
little diamond under willpower, whatever your number is, there's a little
Okay.
white diamond. You can make that red, and it'll give you scared.
Fair. I did not even see those were there.
Now it says you're scared twice. Oh, one's frightened, so you gotta get
Yeah,
it.
one's the frightened from the status effect because it looked like the same icon that somebody else had. So I was like, I'm gonna go with that one.
It does. Yeah. Okay, so 3 of us failed. All right, good job, team.
Okay. Yeah, the storm is now picking up, and the clouds have kind of covered the the sky completely now, and it's getting dark, and it begins to rain.
Does
The
anybody
operation
have
is-
necessities
right?
to create a proper camp?
How
Only
about we
in the
just
wagon.
go down,
Perhaps we
go
should get out
inside.
of this before it starts to rain. And
Well, try to open up
You're
this
gonna,
hatch.
you're gonna go down the hatch.
Yeah, let's just go down the hatch and get out of the rain.
Okay. So on the hatch, it's a wooden hatch. It looks like it's bolted from the outside.
Oh shit!
our little goblin friends seem to want to lead us in here, though, so I would be wary.
Do we have anywhere else to go?
I mean, it sounds like a crafting roll
The
to
stairs in
remove
the
those
corners go
bolts.
somewhere else? I'm sure we can get it open. I'm just, did somebody want to try to go somewhere other than here?
Isn't
I
that
don't know
the
how many
only?
other options we have.
Is this
I
stairwell
see
in the corner?
stairs.
In the corner,
there's-
actually here, or
Which
Stairs,
one?
believe, just go up to the ramparts.
in the
Right, yeah. Just go
open
up to the ramparts. Yeah.
Okay. So as far as inside, it's down.
Sorry, what?
I'm gonna quickly stick my ear to the grate and see if I can hear anything on the other side.
Hold on one sec. So, Raven, were you asking about the stairs going up, or?
Yeah.
We think we were all thinking the same thing. Did they go somewhere that made sense to go inside? Because if not, then I'm guessing down in this hatch, we can see
Yeah.
if it's like inside a place to harbor from the storm.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, this room over here has covering. This you're assuming has covering. These just lead up to the ramparts, correct? Yeah.
So
And
the
it would
extent of the
make-
castle is just the width of this courtyard area.
Yes.
There's not like a bigger building on outside of the walls or something that the walls connect to.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So looking like it leads to like another part of the castle that's like outside.
Yeah. So essentially, the castle was hollowed out and crumpled down to nothingness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I will. Yeah, I guess I could either try to do a crafting to open this up, or otherwise I could just, I got a warhammer. I could just try to like smash the lock off.
Or if it's wooden, smash through the boards and the wood.
It is
Like-
wooden. Yeah, I mean, it would probably take a few hits.
But hole again too, though, depending on how bad the storm is. So I think ideally we'd like to still be able to close it. I'm gonna try to.
Non-destructively open it.
Yeah, if I'm gonna destroy anything, I only want to destroy the lock, so that theoretically somebody can't like come behind us and lock us in. But either that, or like if we could get the lock open and just take it down with us, would be the other option. Would that be a sleight of hand to try to unlock the thing?
Okay, the dwarf
Yeah,
is
you-
getting wet.
it's locked.
Open the hatch.
I don't remember if lock picks were an item or not.
I think they are. Actually, yeah, I think they are. But whatever, you can try it without it for now. Okay. You rolled well enough that you didn't even need the lock picks because the lock is very crude, and you realize that the goblins didn't even have the mechanism engaged, so it wasn't even really locked.
It's like my shed that I just hang the lock on to make it look like it.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, well, I will throw the lock in my pocket or bag or something like that, just so that they can't get locked behind us if somebody does sneak up. Open the hatch.
Okay. You can see now that there is a ladder that leads down into some kind of room down below.
Well, I think my torch is probably still lit from earlier from downstairs anyway. And it seemed like it was going to be getting dark anyway, so I will start climbing down.
Okay. So you did light your torch, you said? Or you... Okay. All right.
How long since we were in that tower anyway? So, and it like with cloud cover coming in, I'm assuming that I would have just left it.
Yeah. So as you kind of climb down, you've got your torch. You can see that there's actually a bit of light already down here, and there are a couple torches up on this wall. So as you go down, there's like a ladder that leads down underground. You feel like the dampness down here, and the smell of like fresh earth, like that dirt smell. At the bottom, there's a large space that opens up here with stacks of barrels lining the wall next to you, and to the south of you is you see a room that has like off of the room like different alcoves, and you see torch lights that kind of are at the beginning of that room, but your light and the light from the torch lights you can't see inside of the alcoves. You can just tell that they're there. And in a corner of the room that you're in, you see you see this. Hold on. How can I show you? Give me one sec. Artwork and show players. Minus the weapons. So it's a large orc standing in the corner, and it's a
Are
female
you just
orc.
showing
You can tell-
Lorenzo?
I was gonna say.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, maybe that makes sense for him to just show him.
There it is.
Okay. And you can tell it's female. She stands up and gives you this startled look.
Well, hello.
I
say
see
we're
we're all
on the
proceeding
one
down
first.
into the hatch, down into this
Hey,
cellar
Breakout,
area.
welcome to the channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we hear Lorenzo say hello, then we should start following. I'll pull up the rear. I'll make sure nothing comes behind
I'll
us.
go right in behind him.
There's wait room for them to get down behind me.
Okay. You see, she like again looks at you confused, and she's like cautiously reaching back, and you see she grabs like this club that's leaning up against the wall. She's well, you're not who I expected.
I would imagine so, since we just got here. Who were you expecting?
She kind of glances around her a little bit, and says, "Where's the little one?"
What little one?
The dwarf?
Oh, you mean Yaldo up above? Our goblin, the lord of the castle that we met him earlier.
Is he still up there?
He's
I kinda-
still up. He's a little indisposed.
I try to like coyly look at the armor that I'm wearing.
You see, she actually kind of softens him a little bit, and she you see her kind of softens him in it. What are you doing here?
when somebody mentioned Yaldo upstairs, was that person downstairs actually talking out loud, or were you just like party talking?
I was kind of making a comment to one of you guys aside next to me. Whether that was in earshot of her or not, I don't know.
I didn't know if you were really jumping on the conversation at that point, so I didn't want to keep going since we were kind of conflicting with each other. Because I was originally being like, "What little guy?" and you're like, "Oh, Yaldo."
Yeah.
So are we all down in the room, or am I still upstairs?
I
Time
think we all
frame.
kind of followed down once there was no immediate, oh my god, flee back out of the hole type of thing. I assume there's room for us all to descend down into the cellar.
Yeah, it's
Like a large enough
fairly
space.
large. Yeah. Actually,
Or is
you're
there
down
another
here. The
map or something to shift to?
no.
So I think the last question was, "What are we doing here?" I guess if I'm still the only one she's really addressing it, say, "Well, at the moment we're getting out of the rain."
Mm.
This seemed
Did
to be
you-
one of the only dry options here.
You said there were barrels, Ice?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How close to the barrels are they? Like in between us, or are they like past her?
They're like along the wall next to where you guys are at.
I'm
yeah.
going to start inspecting the barrels while
So
he's
the barrels,
engaged in conversation.
Okay. Some of them appear to be like just old barrels or rotten and destroyed, but there are some that look like they have some kind of foul-smelling liquid that has a hint of alcohol tinge to it. You feel the burn on your nose when you smell it, and some of them have like dried meats of some sort in there.
Boiled food and whatnot.
Yeah, it looks like some kind of provisions potentially.
Gentlemen, I apologize, but this liquid cannot be used as a cooking sherry.
He's the eccentric one of the group, if you can't tell.
Did you happen to see a pig?
You know, surprisingly, we did.
Is
Friend of
she
yours?
okay?
Last I saw. I was a little surprised to see an animal here, but
Good. She's my friend. That's Meryl.
good to know. And you are?
My name's Grunta.
And I take it you've been here a little while.
Yes. I was... You could say it was without purpose. I was cast out from my clan. I was trying to find a new clan, and I was lured in by
Thanks, bro. I'll be off next week, though. I'm going on a family
promises
vacation.
of
BG3 has kind of slowed
riches
down
and
due
glory by
to
new friends, and
the other people who I was
It was
streaming with. One of
lies.
them's in and out of the
Yaldo locked
hospital.
me up in a
Another
cellar
one
and
got transferred, so he can't play Monday.
threatened
So
me and threatened
we're trying to
Meryl.
work out a new schedule, so everything is currently up in the air. But
Meryl's
thank you
stuck
very
with
much
me
for hanging out.
A long time while I wondered. But now that Yaldo is gone, I'm assuming you took care of the rest as well?
Guess that depends. How many were there? We killed what we saw, what attacked us, but that doesn't mean there weren't more out.
I don't know their true numbers, but I would say no more than 10.
We may have killed half then.
I know they go on excursions and raid the pass for stealing from travelers coming into the Vale. But so maybe there's some on a scouting mission.
Sounds like that could be the case. I may want to go clean up upstairs a little bit.
Well, now that it appears the The way out is free. I don't want to keep you, but I think Meryl and I might be getting out of here.
Glance around to see if anybody's opposed to the idea.
Is there anything you could tell us about the former inhabitants of where we are?
You talking about Yaldo?
No, before Yaldo.
You know anything
The-
more about this castle or
What was his name?
myths
Hammerman?
around
The Robber Knight.
the Robber
Robber
Knight?
Knight.
Or even this room, if you've been down here for a bit. Those passages
I don't know
seem to
much
lead
about-
anywhere.
I don't know much about a robber knight, but Yaldo kept mentioning something about something about a horn, and I don't know. There's that guy over there too. He didn't do too well. She kind of points over to you see like one kind of crumbled down section over on the other side of the room now, with your torchlight, and you can see like a skeleton that's actually like chained up against the wall with its arms kind of back, kind of slumped over.
Seems Yaldo's been preying on other treasure hunters and adventurers that have been trying to explore these ruins, huh?
Easy prey, you let them come to you. What about these passages here? Seems there's some alcoves in the area. Is there anything else down here? Have you explored much?
That's where they come and sleep. You might. I don't think there's any back there right now. I think they all left.
Alright, well, unless anybody else has anything, I don't see any opposition to letting this one go with their friend.
You want to go find Meryl before she goes
Yeah, before
running
she wanders
off?
too much. She was clumbing. She was trapped in the tower. We opened it up, looked around down there, and she may be wandering a bit. Somebody did talk
Where
about
you
tying
going?
her up, did they actually?
I think he decided not to do it. I think he was like gonna let her go. So, she says, "Are you going to the Vale?"
Intention is to go where anything interesting is. So if that's the case,
Well, be wary. Evil things live there.
that we hear.
I'm going the other way.
Well, nothing could be more evil than this foul ale that you let go bad.
Nah, that's the good stuff. She points to another barrel. That's the bad stuff. It's got like you see like a little bit of steam or something coming off of that barrel.
The steam also comes off of shit, so I'll pass.
Fermented goblin turds.
Yeah.
Very well. She says, grabs her little, not little, it's a mace. She says, "I'm getting out of here. This place is creepy. Beware of the."
Noticed.
She says, she's kind of walking up towards you, and she actually sees Red Fang, you holding the helm, and she says, "I wouldn't stay around too long." And she climbs up and out into the rain. She kind of looks down at you guys and
It
you
was
see
probably
her.
going to be right behind her on the ladder because I intended just to kind of like follow her out, make sure she wasn't, either one going to
Okay.
try to lock us in, or two, ideally see that she's going a different way than the cart.
Okay. So yeah, you see her. Meryl's just roaming around the courtyard, kind of in the corner now, trying to take shelter from the storm. You see when Grunta comes out, Meryl runs over to her, and she's kind of petting, I guess, Meryl, and she gives her a pat, and they take off out towards the front gate. See him trying to like navigate across the the pit in front of the thing there.
To backtrack to the beginning of this whole thing, because I don't remember if 100%. This was not like necessarily our actual destination with this castle. This was just like a place along
This was along the way.
Okay.
Yep.
So at this point, it's kind of seeming like we've seen most of what's here to begin with, or at least
potentially
the spot out. Yeah.
He says potentially. Well, if we're down in where she was in that cellar, I'll go along the walls and look for hidden pathways, or.
And how far down the road
Sure.
was the cart? If I can visually see, I'll kind of stand at the door and watch her go by, just to try to spot check that. Hopefully, she's not going to take our stuff, but
you can
Never quite knows.
you can so you would probably want to stand like up in the northwest corner to be able to see the cart.
I'll do that for the time
the
being.
rampart
Torch
door.
off at this point because I don't want to be overly visible on the wall.
Yeah. Okay, so you're watching that. Khyzer, you're searching around the room. You can do a spot hidden roll, please.
God damn it.
Okay. Nothing jumping out.
Can I-
You like I said, you see the. Go ahead.
Can I also try a spot hidden?
Yeah, you guys
mine's-
probably searched different
mine's
areas.
Not too
You know,
bad. Yay!
So where were you kind of searching? I guess what part? So you've got the area where there was like some alcoves, and then you've got the area where there was like the skeleton.
I want to check the skeleton out, to be honest with you.
Okay. So you kind of checking out the skeleton, and
Yeah, same, bro.
There's a
Been meeting the same group
happen
every
to kinda,
Saturday for
like,
20, 25
move
years.
one of the
I don't see it changing anytime
like,
soon.
arms over a little bit because you saw something that kind of looked like it might be something, and you see a rolled up piece of parchment.
I will
and you
inspect
see-
said parchment.
Yeah, you see that it was kind of like as you kind of moved the arm, it looked like it might have kind of fallen out of his hand or something, or was near his hand, I guess. And you see a portrait of a young man, sketched portrait, and it says, "The artist Embarrass, Embari." Here, I'll put it in chat. The artist Embarrass in his youth.
Varius.
And then yeah. Red, were you searching as well or no?
I think he said he had to go BRB.
Yeah.
Stepped away.
Yeah, he stepped away for a moment. Oh no, that was Ken.
Ken did. Did you want to search too, Red Fang?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll look at the alcoves. Like Grunta said that's where like the goblins were coming down and sleeping or something.
Yeah.
Let's see, what I do is like a spot hidden as well, or
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
I was so close.
It's pretty disgusting, honestly. It's the mattresses are like filthy, and you see like bugs crawling around. Yeah, it's not pleasant. You honestly, yeah, it kind of churns your stomach a little bit.
Well, if we're not finding anything down here or any ways to go, I'm gonna
Seems like there's
head
anything valid
outside.
here.
Is it still raining?
Seems like it has stopped.
It is.
Oh.
It is raining. As you peek your head out the door, the rain comes back down. And it is now actually, for you, Lorenzo, hard for you to see. You can barely make out the cart through the rain and the darkness now, actually.
Does it seem like she would have been past that point by now?
Yeah, you can see that she moves past the
ability, so that actually kind of worked in favor of the terrible hide check that somebody did.
right.
Yeah, so if she looks clear of that spot, then I would come back down again. And what I was actually thinking of doing to begin with, and even more so now that we may know that there's a second band of goblins, I actually want to kind of wander around this courtyard, grab the other goblins, and if anybody's still like at the ladder, I'm going to say like, heads up, coming down, and I'm going to throw the goblin bodies down in the hole.
Okay.
It's dark,
It
he
is
said.
quite dark. Yeah, it is quite dark, and as you guys are, you finished kind of scouting around downstairs. You've come up out of the cellar now. You've had the bodies of the goblins tossed down in the cellar now, and as you kind of finish doing that, there's a loud crack of thunder, and you hear this kind of whisper a little bit on the wind. It sounds like voices on the wind, and then you hear this kind of breaking through that, a kind of like an evil cackle, and the air feels like thick, and near the tower entrance a shape starts to appear, and you see a headless creature, undead, standing there,
On a horse?
minus the horse, and minus the head, but that is that is what you see, and it continues to cackle, this kind of evil coming from the like no head. I mean, it's just making a sound, right? And actually,
Having an
you
Ichabod
guys cut
Crane
the skull,
moment.
right? You cut the skull, right?
Yeah, I think we got it.
Yeah.
It came
Okay,
out
it's
with
coming.
the helmet. Is it?
Yeah. That skull is making the laugh.
Crush the skull, quick.
I say give it back. If he has it, and you maybe he'll leave us alone.
And I think this will be a good place to pick up for our next game.
Oh, God damn it!
Yeah, that's a good cutoff time, right before. So you guys got time to think about what you want to do, because he is not pleasant looking.
Oh, first things first, I want to change my drawers.
All right, so let's do into session stuff here. Let's do XP. Let's look at the rules again. Stop all the audio. We don't have to hear that. Let's see, adventures out of here. Experience. Okay. So on each of your character sheets, if any of you rolled dragons or demons, which I know some of you did, your character sheet should have a little checkbox next to it. So keep that in mind, because now you can add additional check marks next to things, skills that you want based on how many of these you got right. So did you participate in a game session? Yes. So everybody gets one check mark there. Did you explore no location?
The cellar?
Yeah, I would say it's I would say this is not a new location.
Nuance to say like different areas of the same location. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you defeat one or more dangerous adversaries?
We didn't have a combat this
Yeah,
session.
no actual combat, so.
No combat. Did you overcome an obstacle without using force? Yes. Which was Grunta.
That's an obstacle.
Potentially could have been.
She could have been.
Potentially could have been. Yeah.
Everything's an obstacle if you try hard enough.
And did anybody give in to your weakness?
Technically, I kept asking for the treasure.
True. Yeah. So if you felt like you gave in to your weakness, you can add another check mark. So once you're done adding your check marks, then what you'll do is you just click on that icon thing or the check mark thing, and it should roll to see. You want to roll over the skill value to see if
Where's
you
the check
increase your
mark?
skill.
Yeah, I'm not seeing check marks. I see an arrow in one of the check
An arrow.
boxes. Okay, the up arrow.
Box, it'll turn into an arrow. You click it again, and then it'll try to advance.
Oh, somebody got 20.
Got a 1 first, if you noticed. I rolled a 1 and a 20 on my 2 points.
Nice.
Where's this up arrow
On
at?
swimming.
Yeah,
On the
because I
skill
failed
sheet.
swimming, so I want to improve it.
Click the white check mark, or the white checkbox next
On
to a
his-
skill on skills. It'll turn into an arrow, and then if you click the arrow, it'll give you the roll to advance chance.
Oh, okay. So I got it on.
Hey, I did fucking good tonight.
What the hell did I roll that dragon on?
I scrolled back. You've got
Or should
one
have
on
been
a acrobatics and
Not me.
what was
I didn't get an acrobatics one.
and one. Yeah, there's 2 skill rolls for Lorenzo on acrobatics, 2 20s.
Oh, that was. Oh, Lorenzo, that was Ken. What was yours on, Ken? I'm trying to remember.
I'm looking back through the log.
Nope, right here.
coming?
Will succeeded with a dragon. A will roll.
Oh,
it's
willpower.
a
Oh, yeah.
skill.
That does
Yeah.
not count. Yeah.
Oh,
It's only
that
skills.
sucks.
And remember,
But you
for
still get 2 though. For
When
the
I helped,
session. And
okay.
yeah. So pick 2 skills that you want to roll on.
Okay.
You just click the checkbox and it should give you the up arrow. Then you can roll it.
So
and
on mine,
remember
I
on your weakness, if you use your weakness as an advancement, you actually you lose that weakness. You play the next session without any weakness at all, and then the next session
Mhm.
after that, you pick a new one. It's kind of like one of the interesting rotational rules.
Right.
So that's 1.
So I've got on my. I didn't click on anything yet, but I have an arrow, that up arrow in the checkbox for my secondary skill, animism, my mage, my shaman skill, or whatever you want to call it.
So
Is that just a free up level, or is that something that probably shouldn't be there? I didn't add that.
I wonder if that was from last game, maybe.
Because I don't know. I don't remember adding that, but
Wonder if you
Okay.
rolled it last game and just missed it
maybe I
or something
clicked
at
it
the end.
one too many times, just left it there. Okay.
So since
it
I got
shouldn't-
2, can I roll it twice on the same one?
I don't. That's a good question. I don't think you can. I think you have to apply
Okay.
them to different skills, and then you just roll them
Okay.
all. You roll them.
Damn, look at Lorenzo go.
Yeah, I had a pretty good set there. And those were all high skills to begin with. I'm trying to like pick skills that we utilized in the session, so that really limited because we didn't do a lot of skill checks. So
Well,
acrobatics, crafting,
well,
and sleight of hand.
I
were
do
high
the same
achievement.
thing. So we didn't
I
have
know
a
in theory
combat,
you
so
can't
I'd
do
use
anything.
non-combat skills to level or to up.
Well, I increased my healing. There you go.
There you go.
Good job.
The
That was cool.
another benefit of getting a skill high quickly is because you get to unlock a new ability.
Yeah.
So
It's
you
hilarious.
get
I'm
an
looking at Lorenzo's skills, and he's like 15, 16. I'm like, yeah, mine's high too. I hit 12.
extra.
Regarding
It's
healing,
ridiculous starting 16, 17, 18 strength, con, agility. It's
Mhm.
Yeah, very, very
is
lucky
that-
rolls.
is that healing skill? Is that like first aid type healing, or what is
Yeah.
that? Because like I clicked on it and it just mentions bringing people back from death. So if they're like unconscious, but like that boulder hitting me, can I do like a first aid thing, or do I need to use like my treat wound spell and spend willpower for that?
Well, I could come over and hit you with healing real quick, and
So
I mean, I
it-
have treat wound, so I can
Right,
heal
rest.
if it.
it comes into play during the rests when you have the
You could,
you
you
know,
could use
like-
it during a rest, and you could get an extra D6 hit points back. If I remember
I
correctly.
think it also comes in. I think it also comes into play with injuries, like when you guys get like serious wounds and stuff.
Like
Like I
a-
think you can use.
Like a boulder falling on your face.
I think he means more like a crippling type injury, right?
Yeah, exactly.
leg.
Yeah.
Stepping on a Lego.
Okay, so I wasn't sure if that's something that I can use during a downtime to recover hit points, where I would actually probably need to use the treat wound to heal myself.
You'd probably want to use the treat wound because you can use treat wound at any time. It doesn't have to be downtime.
Yeah,
Healing, I
right.
think, is more of like you're sitting down, like tending to it.
Okay. Okay, I'll probably use that treat wound to heal because I'm at 3 out of my 7 hit points, so I kind of need to watch that closely. I did.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something like as we were encountering Grunta, but I didn't want to be like, oh, I'm just gonna casually treat my wound here and figure I'd wait until
Why
we were
not? Somebody
either
else
out of
was
encounter.
casually inspecting her area, so
Yeah, right.
I was looking
We'll
for
worry about
cooking
that next
sherry.
session. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
deal with that next session though. All right, cool.
Cool.
yeah,
Cool.
for
All right,
clarification on the
guys.
skill and that first start of the experience, it does say for each question you can answer yes to and justify, place an advancement mark next to an unmarked skill of your choice.
Yeah.
So it is basically like one attempt per session on any individual skill.
So you can't just deep focus down one skill and level it.
We got 4
Right.
yeses,
Out of much
4
more.
chances to get my 19 to a 20. Yeah.
Right. Did I roll
Awesome.
this?
Well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I mean if you guys are available next Wednesday, we'll
Same
if you
for
can make
Wednesday.
it, we'll
Unfortunately, I
Yeah.
will be out.
Oh, that's right. You won't get to fight the
No.
We're not
Rubber
gonna
Knight
fight
if
him.
you
We're
fight
we're
him.
gonna try diplomacy. We'll give him his
Diplomacy.
soul back.
You're right.
Yeah.
There is an
My
option for
high roll,
diplomacy with it.
persuasion.
It doesn't always have to be combat oriented, but
I mean, to just as a heads up, my current weakness is provocation. So
True.
we may not be very successful in our first diplomatic checks until I have overcome this particular weakness. So thankfully, Grunta did not instantly, say something shitty because that would have gotten ugly very fast.
I totally forgot you had that too. I need to
well, I have reckless.
I need to look at
so-
your weaknesses.
yeah,
I need to
I thought I'd added stuff in there to like the weaknesses and stuff, so I wasn't sure if that had not saved, or if that was something that I just thought about or didn't commit or something. I don't know. Because the
Cool.
It was
weaknesses
from like a set
was, like-
table.
right, there was just a roll for it, right?
It was either
Right.
either a roll or you could technically pick one if it made sense. But yeah, like I did roll because especially with having read the way that the weaknesses works for potential skill advancements, I thought having the random one would be much more interesting just to see, and make sure then like role play that out that when it happens, yes, I do actually succumb to that weakness and get the extra skill
Right.
roll.
Well,
Right,
I can say with reckless, if you charge him, because he pisses you off, I'm probably gonna follow you.
Right? I mean, both of us are going to wind up.
It's gonna be a chain reaction going on in here real
Your
quick.
grumpy old ass.
And I
going
will
after
hide
him.
behind the tree.
Let me see.
Ken's gonna be like, "Wait, you asshole! I can do that too."
Who said you get the first hit?